Leave her alone.
What?
Man, you better be glad I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna let you slide. I said leave her alone.
Oh, you stupid.
Man, it's 3 of us, and we all got guns. I'm not backing down. Man, this dude must think he... So as you can tell from the intro, today I'll be talking about the show Invincible. Now, I'm gonna just start off by saying this, man. Invincible was a great freaking show, man. I loved it. It was action packed. It had, I'm not even about to get into it. But I will run a quick summary on what the show is all about. Now, Invincible is about this dude named Mark Grayson. He's like a teenager. And his daddy is Omni-Man. Now, Omni-Man is like the Superman of the entire universe. Like, he the coldest superhero in the whole show. Like, he could be anybody up, right? So he's similar to Superman to me. He from this planet called Viltrum, right? Alien. He came in like 20 years ago, but he came in as an adult, so he ain't lived here. But he come from this planet, and he's like the planet's protector. Now, there are other superheroes there, but he's the most powerful, right? So Mark Grayson is a teenager. I think he's 17, 16. He haven't got his powers yet. He a late bloomer. Now, I can kind of relate to that because I was a late bloomer growing up. Like, I didn't get hair under my arms until like way later on, and I was shorter than all the other girls until high school. So it was like crazy, but I can relate to you, Mark. So Mark finally get his powers, man, and now he juggling school and work and his regular life, his social life, with also trying to be a superhero. And then he got his daddy in the back of his mind, like just telling him stuff about being a Viltrumite and what does it mean and taking responsibility for your actions. And he training him how to be a superhero. So it's very interesting. And at first it just seemed like this regular show, like, oh, is this just another superhero show? Until the end, and the end get crazy. And what I call this is the Game of Thrones effect.
Oh no.
You're gonna see it in the first episode, so don't get your drawers all tied up, man. It's but that just shows you exactly what I'm talking about. So now I'm finna get into what I liked about the show. First things first, the blood, the blood. I freaking loved the graphicness of like the show, man. Like, I hate when they have like shows where it's like superheroes, right? It's the common thing where, oh, a superhero punch a bad guy and pow, like they just fly off or do something stupid, like as if somebody with superpowers don't punch somebody and they start bleeding. I love that it was real. It was so real. Like of course you don't want no little kids to watch this, but somebody who's accustomed to this type of film or show, like who doesn't mind the little graphic stuff, like, man, this was great. Like, that was my first thing, like first episode, when I saw everybody getting beat up and blood flying everywhere, people brains getting knocked out and just all type, man, I just loved it. Next thing was that how Mark Grayson didn't always win the fights. I mean, I saw this dude get beat up at least 3-4 times throughout the show, probably even more than that.
Stop! Hold on!
Mark did not have them hands. He was the main character and he got beat up. And I love that. I love it because when you first starting off, like, you don't know how to fight. I remember when I was a kid, like I was scared to get punched at first. You know how many times you get beat up not wanting to get punched? Like, that's how it goes, man. So I love that about the show. It was so realistic. Like Mark don't have them hands at first, and by the end of the show, he still kind of don't have them. So I could box him. The next thing was the mystery in the plot. Oh my God. I am a person that loves to try to figure out what is the truth hidden within it. Like you see what the truth is by the end of the first episode, but you trying to figure out like, why is all this going on? Like, why? And then they have other things going on, like B and C plots all at the same time, curving in together. Like, it was just so much mystery I was trying to figure out. So I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Like, I literally watched this in one night. I could not go to sleep until I finished it because I wanted to figure out what the heck is going on, and that hooked me. Next thing is how every character was its own main character. Now, I write books, I write short stories, I even wrote a script for a film, and it's like something that writers supposed to know is like every character is its own protagonist. Like, every character has its own truth, its own world. Like, picture it as in real life. You know, when you leave from by your friend or your parent or your brother, your sister, they still got a life going on. And I felt the realness in that. Like, every character was authentically themselves. Every piece of dialogue and plot felt so authentic. Like, it wasn't forced. I didn't see the writer's hand like just dabbling over stuff to make stuff fit. Like, the reactions were authentic. The people were authentic. I felt like these were real people. Like, it was crazy, man. And the last thing I really enjoyed was that, you know how in superhero movies and shows, they always got the romance, right? Superman had Lois Lane. You know, Spider-Man, he had MJ. Invincible, right? He got Adam Eve, right? Wrong. He did not. I was thinking the same thing. He got Amber Bennett, who was a regular black female. And first I was like, wait a minute. First he liked Amber, right? But he didn't really know for sure. And then Adam Eve got into the picture. I ain't gonna get into it, but I thought he was gonna end up with Adam Eve, right? She the white girl who got powers. Like, it makes sense. But he didn't end up with her, and I was really shook by that. And I was so happy because I was like, this feels real. Like, this is a different story. And then on top of that, I didn't even know Mark Grayson. It took me like a couple episodes in to realize Mark Grayson was Asian, black. It was like diversity everywhere, and I freaking loved it. And it wasn't forced. It was like, man, this show was great, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. It was great. Now I'm about to get into a reaction of my favorite scene in the whole movie. Now, this is a spoiler alert. If you never watched this show and you scared to see it, don't go no further. Stop right here or skip ahead.
Is Mom's life worthless?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
Debbie. How could you say those things? How could you say that about Mom? Liar!
For the first time in your life, I'm telling you the truth.
I need to save them.
No. Maybe this time you'll learn. These people are meaningless. They're cavemen without us.
You're wrong. I've seen you save people. I've seen you almost die to protect them. Maybe you were a Viltrumite when you came to Earth, but you've changed. You were happy here.
Sure, I was happy. for a time, but I'm loyal to Viltrum, not this pathetic excuse for a civilization. You aren't listening, Mark. My time here has been a speck in the span of my life. You don't know me. I will burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals. Please.
Hope y'all enjoyed that reaction. If you did watch it, if you didn't, thanks for staying this long. I really appreciate it. But this is the part where I talk about the hidden message. There's always a message in every single story. Why write a story if there's not going to be, right? So the message that I discovered inside Invincible is to choose your own destiny, man. It's important that we do this. Mark Grayson had to do it, and we got to do it in our lives. Man, choose your destiny. Choose the path that God has laid before you. Everybody got a purpose. If you living, you got a purpose on this earth, man. So make sure you go out there and discover it, and you'll be much happier for it. I appreciate y'all staying this long. Make sure y'all comment below. What did you think about Invincible? If you watched it, was it too bloody? Was it too brutal? Did you love it like I did? Did you like Mark Grayson getting whooped on? Because I really love that part. But before you leave, make sure you do that for me and subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you want to see another video from me, don't want to miss next week's, hit that bell so you'll be reminded. And never forget, man, this life is not a fantasy. All your dreams can come true. Thank you.